Welcome to a short tech rant about the new AirPods Max by a guy who definitely is not related to Kevin Spacey. Like many of you out there, I was surprised by Apple's unexpected announcement of the AirPods Max back in December, and like most new things, I immediately thought they were stupid, and then about a week later I've tried to order a pair myself. My reasoning was I wanted a better daily listening experience over my AirPods Pro, which are great for running, more about that in a future video, and it was also sort of a future investment for myself where I'm planning on doing more airline travel coming up, maybe later this year or next, depending on when that becomes a thing again. So using these flimsy excuses, I went on Apple's site and ordered a pair myself. And the expected shipping time was like 2 months. It was like end of February or early March. And now that we're mid-February, obviously I didn't want to wait, so I went on eBay and paid about a $100 premium to get them the next week. So now onto the real reason you're watching this video. You want to know if they're worth it. Well, let's first start by talking about 5 things that I really hate about these AirPods Max. Number 1, random disconnects. Welcome to the world of Bluetooth from 10 years ago. This is absolutely unacceptable from the largest tech company in the world who also makes their own Bluetooth chips. I mean, come on. What is going on with this? I've never had this problem with the AirPods Pro or the original AirPods, but it is a constant issue with the AirPods Max. And I've been using them now for about 2 months, so if it was a software fix, it still hasn't arrived yet. To be fair to the AirPods Max, this problem is not just related to the AirPods Max, although it is worse on them. I've also seen this on other sources. Anything that uses AirPlay or AirPlay 2. AirPlay 2 is a complete disaster, as we all know, and I've seen connections drop from other sources as well, but it's worse on the AirPods Max. Come on, Apple, fix this already. Number 2, the battery drains constantly. I don't care if you put them in the case or turn them off or whatever. If you don't plug them in, don't expect to be using them the next morning. This is another early days of wireless anything problem. I mean, come on, like they should be able to be unplugged for 24 hours and still have some charge left. These are done, they're a brick. The sting of this is only like slightly taken out by the fact that they do charge rather quickly, but I mean, this is just ridiculous in a pair of $550 headphones. They should be able to last a day. Okay, big gripes are over. Now on to 3 smaller gripes, starting with erratic behavior of the volume. Again, to be fair to the AirPods Max, this problem is not related just to them. This is an AirPlay 2 problem, but after connecting with a source like my iPhone, the initial volume would be a little bit too low. So naturally I click once up on the volume up, and what happens? The volume doubles or triples in volume. So I have to immediately backtrack 2 or 3 clicks down to get back to a reasonable volume. It's worse on the AirPods Max because they're right next to your ears. So it can be very uncomfortable for a couple seconds until you can lower the volume again. I don't know why this happens. This happens with a lot of my AirPlay 2 devices. Apple, fix this. This is ridiculous. What are we on now? Number 4, random source changes. So Apple has this handoff feature, which is also absolutely horrific. I have no idea what they were thinking with this, but typical use case for me, I'm listening to music during the day, I'm doing some work, I have a Zoom call coming up, I take my headphones off, I put them down, I get on the Zoom call, and I realize that that person can't hear me and I can't hear them on my laptop. I wonder why. It's paired with my headset, which for some reason now is paired with my laptop, even though it was paired with my phone. So I have to make sure I put them in the case and plug them in, make sure they're off completely. Otherwise, it will aggressively hand off to my laptop, so I can't listen through my studio monitors, which I would normally do. So I don't know why Apple does this. It's super confusing. It is not straightforward to the user. I can't really control any of it, so please just get rid of this. All right. Last gripe is really minor, but the volume control on the top is a bit too sensitive. And what I mean by this is if you're doing anything up here with your hands, you're probably going to accidentally nudge the volume and all of a sudden jack it up really fast. So I wish it was a little bit more, firm, a little bit harder to turn, or maybe a little bit more recessed, but this is a pretty minor gripe. So, after I'm mentioning all these gripes, are they still worth it? Yeah, I think so. And I'll tell you why. They do sound absolutely incredible. The build quality is top notch. I love the metal. I love the cloth ear cups. They're super soft. You can listen to them for hours. And also the noise canceling is next gen. I've used these outside next to my wood splitter and I can barely hear a thing. It is fantastic. Do I wish I got the Bang & Olufsen competitors over these? Well, maybe, but not really. I don't like the fact that those are plastic. I don't like the fact that they use leather ear cups. And I feel like these are pretty durable. You know, and despite the software bugs, which I do expect Apple will be fixing in the coming months, I hope. So if you are a tech person, I think they're great to get. If you are trying to recommend a pair of high-end headphones to someone who's not a tech person, I would say stay away from these. They're way too confusing. Just get them a normal pair of Sonys or Bang & Olufsen or something like that, maybe Bose. So thanks for sticking with me. Until next time, peace.